Dutch shoe is a very long-standing tradition here. Again, it's the 46th year. It's really kind of been our key junior regatta.
It starts in San Diego Yacht Club and then we sail all the way to Coronado. There's typically between 140 and 200 participants.
You get people that have been doing it for years. It's open to juniors as well as those who are a little bit older.
It's different than anything that they normally do. Normally they go out here in the playa and they sail for half an hour and they go back to the dock and have a snack, have a drink and all that stuff. But the Dutch shoe's different. It's a long race and it's out in the big bay. So you see these little kids that are 9 years old or 10 years old. They go out there and they go all the way from San Diego all the way down the bay. They go through power boats and big ships across big wakes in that little tiny boat, and those wakes are big.
When I first moved here, I lived in a apartment close, like in the harbor by Kellogg's Beach, and there were many yacht clubs around. So my dad thought maybe it would be fun for me to start sailing.
Oddly enough, both my parents do not sail. And so the way I got into sailing is I went to sailing camp and it just stuck since.
Everyone's different preparing for the Dutch shoe, but you start off by checking in and you get your cool t-shirt and you get your sailing instructions. So everyone will start rigging and sailing their boat over to the race dock, and you have to find a spot to keep your boat because it's so packed. I've also coached the Dutch shoe. When you coach the kids is to, make sure they know the course, what buoys they're going around, if they're going around the red or the yellow. They aren't sailing all the way over to Coronado very often, so that's very important, is going over that with them and going over the wind direction and tactics. It's a ton of fun, and the kids learn a lot about determination and persistence. You have to stay focused for 3 hours on a single race, so that takes a lot of mindset and just having a good attitude and good start is really important in the Dutch shoe, because if you don't start well, you're gonna have a rough time.
So the challenges for sailing like a long distance dinghy race is definitely trying to stay focused, because again, they're not really particularly fast boats, Sabots, and they're not exactly exciting. So it's just a matter of just trying to stay in the game and make sure you're remembering what the current's doing and you're trying to maximize your sail trim all the time. And it's the kids that can do well are usually the kids that can focus long and hard enough and really, really want to win.
This was my escape. This was my freedom. This is the one thing that I can do that nobody can control. And it's just me. And how about that for a kid who's 10 years old? Be like, hey, I'm out. No mom, no dad, no responsibilities, just me, myself, and I.
You can't really just sit in your boat. You got to be looking around. You got to be doing a lot of other stuff than just sitting in your boat. In Sabots, it's a little it's like a tuna can in a way. You're in a tuna can, a bathtub, sailing with a small sail. It's pretty much all downwind, so I'm going to set my controls for downwind, and then when I get to the really, really long upwind, I'm going to try and set up for an upwind tacking.
It's a great experience. It's the only long distance Sabot race or really long distance dinghy race you'll ever do. So it's really fun. I've had a great time. I did it 5 times and it's a blast.
The coolest experience for me was my first time doing it. Being able to say that I sailed from one place to another all by myself on my own boat, crossing the channel with all the other boats, was really cool for me at the time, and still is.
My favorite part of it, it's a totally different aspect of Sabot sailing. Usually you're doing small buoy races and in the bay, and it's flat water, and it's a totally different and new aspect.
San Diego Bay is a very special place to sail, both for juniors and for sailors and racers of all ages. We have so many regattas on the bay, from keelboats like in the Lipton Cup and International Masters Regatta, to beer cans every Wednesday night in the summer, to intercollegiate and high school racing, and of course the Dutch Shoe Marathon is the youth sailors' endurance contest each summer.